Right, how are we going to angle up today? Well, you know what? Yeah, let's get the plant a bit more in the background. You know, we all have a... Is that a fake plant or is that a real plant? I actually can't work that out. No, that's definitely a stupid camera angle. Ignore me. Do I put this in? Yeah, why not? Lovely behind the scenes info. Hello and welcome to the Doctor Who News Roundup, where I round up the news that I wasn't quick enough to put in one video, so instead I make a video covering all the topics in the last week, because this is my way of turning unorganisedness into organisedness. Really feel like I need like a theme song, like a, you know, something to get the viewers engaged. It's the Doctor Who News Roundup. It's the Doctor Who News Roundup. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's the Doctor Who News Roundup. Wow. That was cool. That was really cool. And off the cuff. Definitely haven't been practicing something like that all morning. You know what? 20 likes on this video. Not only will I keep bringing this cool series back, but also I'll make a full music video and record that song professionally for every single one of these videos. So let's get down to probably the biggest piece of news. We have a release date. Yeah, and we kind of knew this a couple of weeks ago where the BBC either intentionally or unintentionally put it in a trailer that we were getting the first episode on the 12th of April, but now it's been confirmed. So that means Doctor Who, new Doctor Who even, is just over a month away, and that is pretty ruddy cool. Not only does that mean this channel can gain some content, but also I think we can kind of, you know, this series has been put in a weird place of, you know, we don't know what the exact future is. Obviously, you know, like, you know, when we had Series 1, we already knew Series 2 was coming, whereas now we're in Series 2, you know, we don't really know where things are going, you know, whether Disney are gonna re-up the deal, and obviously what happens with the BBC stuff, but, you know, that's something for another time. This is just cool to not only get some new Who, but then maybe, you know, get a bit more security in the Disney deal. Speaking of the Disney deal, I feel like we got a bit more reassurance that might be going in a better direction this week. You see, an article from, like, you know, Disney sources themselves was actually speaking quite positively about the impact of Doctor Who and saying it's, you know, for TV shows, you know, for them, it actually does very well for them. Look, I can't actually, I've tried to Google this, but I can't find the exact article. It's been going around over the last couple of days. Disney actually, in that article, seemed quite positive. Certainly the stats seemed quite positive about the future of the show, so I feel like, yay, good positive stuff. And yes, I am going to try and be mostly positive in these Doctor Who news roundups, because as I'm trying to, I'm trying to bring a new light to this channel and try and bring a new positive angle to this channel, because I'm sick of the ruddy negativity. So call me who's positive and happy all the time. Call me Baymax, because I will give you positive medical diagnoses about Doctor Who. Wow, that was a terrible link. That didn't work at all. So yeah, overall, I'd say Doctor Who doing well in the viewing figures could mean a third series on Disney+, and I hope, you know, we already know Russel's written all the scripts, and I think has started, like, doing some, like, pre-prep on, like, Series 4 scripts, so overall, I think that is fantastic news. We also now know the airtime that Series 2 is going to get in the UK. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit of a controversial one. You see, they've moved it from the time of 12 midnight, which no one really particularly liked, and they've moved it to 8 AM UK time, which has left people in a bit of a negative spin. I think some people see the improvement of it, and some people, you know, think it's a slightly worse time. Some people think nothing's really changed with it. First of all, let me contextualise this, because we've got to remember the context in which we're talking about it in. Wow, I thought I was sounding really clever there, but that didn't sound clever at all. You see, this conversation boils down to two things: the after chat of an episode and spoilers. These episode drop times matter to people because they want to avoid spoilers by watching it, you know, when aired, and they also want to be involved in the biggest type of chatter after an episode. And you get that best if you watch it as the episode is airing. And that's why I think I slightly prefer the 8 AM answer, because if you watch an episode at the start of the day, you've got the whole episode to talk about it. Now, I think the overall reaction to this was slightly positive, because I think people see it as a step in the right direction. I think people would rather get up, you know, slightly early than, you know, on a Saturday, than, you know, for a lot of people, for it to come out at midnight, and then you've got to stay up till 1, and you're just watching it, and you're a bit shattered. That's no fun for anyone, so I think people are slightly happier with this. It also brought up an interesting thing about spoilers, where, you know, people are moaning about people putting on spoilers, but, you know, I think people are adults. Personally, I think people need to be slightly more adultish about it, and, you know, if you can't stay away from Twitter, or, you know, you have to, like, avidly, you know, scroll YouTube and you see a thumbnail that might spoil an element for you, if you can't stay off social medias till you've seen an episode, I feel like that's kind of a you problem. That's personally the way I see it. But I'm more than happy to have polite, because some people don't understand that word, I'm more than happy to have polite debates about that with people in the comments if people feel like, you know, heck, I've been accused before of some of my thumbnails, review thumbnails, being slightly spoilery. So, you know, let's have some interesting chats about that. In more exciting news, Alan Cumming is revealed to be the cartoonish voice of the cartoon. That's where I was going with that. Of the cartoon. Alan Cumming is voicing a cartoon in Series 2, Episode 2. There we go. I spat out the news. Je suis newscaster. And overall, we don't know tons about this. I'm slightly worried it's going to be, because, you know, Doctor Who under RTD2 currently has this theme of being, you know, slightly more mystical and magical, and the gods and the pantheons. And if this ends up, because, you know, this is the kind of episode that could be a pantheon-y kind of episodes, and those episodes, apart from, I'd say, the Giggle, which did work for me, the godly episodes haven't worked for me as well. But I am, that voice, you know, from, you know, looking at the news without any other biases, the news that Alan Cumming is doing that voice, great actor, could garner some American interest. Lovely stuff, love it, bash. And unless I've bottled it, that was the end of the Doctor Who News Roundup. Honestly, I really should consider getting that professionally sung. 20 likes. Remember, was that too much of a high target? Probably. Like the video. Quick notes on the channel, because that's where this is where I do channel notes now, in the Doctor Who News Roundup. Yes, you'll notice I'm trying to stick consistently with Saturdays. Thank you very much. This is an extra video because I feel kind this week and I've got time. That's what I'm trying to do. Make sure, as a priority, I'm getting at least one video out a week. But also, if I can slip you some extras, I will, because so far I've been enjoying the creative process and doing this rambunctious stuff all over again. Also, I said I wanted to grab some video suggestions from you guys just to keep us on track, and we got some, which was lovely. So this week, as a little shout out, thank you to PamPam8584, lovely supporter, always comments on my videos. You are amazing, so you get a shout out this week, unless you're not watching to this point in the video, but, you know, that feels like your problem if you haven't watched this far in the video. And they wanted me to do a video all about the scores of Doctor Who, and I will definitely get on that. You'll see that in a few weeks. Thank you very much. If you want to do your own suggestions and get your own shout-outs through Doctor Who News Roundups, or in the actual videos themselves when I make them, comment down below, comment down your video suggestions. Please make them good, because Doctor Who scores discussion is class. Well done, Pam Pam. Thank you, Pam Pam. Shout out, Pam Pam. Hope you're doing well, Pam Pam. I love saying the name. Pam Pam, 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 Pam do 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 do, Pam Pam, Pam do 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 do. No, I was singing that too accurately. I'm going to get a copyright claim now.